Hello, everybody. Welcome into a new season of Style, season 12, and I have the wrong draft law on screen, so I will fix that in just a bit. I set everything up, and then the bot broke, so I didn't know what was fixed, what wasn't, so I will get that fixed for y'all in just a moment, and we will be just about ready to go. Both these teams brand new. I am Thousandeyes alongside Tiger. How are you doing, Tiger?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to see what these new teams have to offer. I think that we hopefully will be getting into the draft shortly, but with the fresh season, always fresh beginnings, and hopefully it will get off to start on the right foot today.
Yeah, hopefully we will see how that works out as we are gonna see everything going here. We're gonna give the go ahead for the teams to go, and we will get this draft underway. What are we expecting to see here, Tiger, in terms of picks, bans, what these teams are gonna prioritize?
Well, I'm not entirely sure which of the Rude Gorillas players is going to be ADC and which one's going to be jungle. It looks like based on where they are in the client anyways, that it's going to be Greed at the ADC and Kazumi in the jungle. But I feel like that uncertainty in the jungle position something that it'll be interesting to see how Rude Gorillas go about dealing with that because I don't think that they have any true jungle mains. But I think that they've got strong presences around the map, especially going to be in this bottom lane. And I think that it will be interesting to see what pick that we get from Yo Mama's OnlyFans because I see it in the picks we've got like
God.
Jillian, we've got Renata, some interesting champs that especially with some of the lower ELO teams, I feel like we don't see very commonly.
Yeah, well, we do finally get our first ban here underway. As Ornn is going to be taken off the board. I think smart ban, just Ornn is great in pretty much all elos as he just scales so incredibly well and does not really get bullied in lane. We do see the Samira. I think you talked about it a little bit before the stream at the very least, where the Samira was going to be a pretty popular pick there for ZMG, and they do get that banned away. So now a little bit more of a tightening on the AD carry position.
Yeah, ZMG definitely are the team that at least looking on the op.ggs, I feel like they should be favored coming into this one, and that Ornn ban makes a lot of sense. We should be expecting to see tanks in the top lane from Arashi-chan, definitely the highest rated player in the game at Platinum 4, but definitely going to be a spot where it'll be interesting to see how Antithon. Uh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Antihon. Uh, well, anyways, the top laner for Rude Gorillas gonna have to figure out how to deal with that. Platinum as well there, so two plat top laners. Maybe that's where we should look to see the most action.
Well, where we're not going to see action really is that bot lane because we did get the Seraphine go through the pick ban, and Seraphine has been a good champion over the last couple of patches, specifically this most recent patch and the previous one. The buff that she got was a little bit strong, and she is just living the glory days out here in Seraphine. Now, the other thing that does make this strong too is the fact that this can be flexed into a multitude of positions: mid, bot, support. It is very hard to make sure that you are banning out things that you know are going to be possibly picked because the Seraphine could just go wherever the hell she wants.
Yeah, absolutely. But a strong answer there in the Jinx, definitely looking to prioritize some hyper carries here for Venom. And that Volibear, definitely a potential flex pick. I'm expecting it to go to that jungle role for King Demon. But could be sent to the top lane depending on matchups, I suppose. gonna be the misfortune answer. So Rude Gorilla is gonna have a pretty strong bot lane here, and it's that Zillion locked in.
Oh
I'm
no,
excited to see that one.
I'm not.
This is a personal thing. Zillion is my ban right now. As a support player, I ban the hell out of Zillion because he is. I think he is a hidden OP champion right now, and people are not taking as much advantage of him as they really could. He just does so much that works so well in the current meta.
Yeah, I definitely think Zillion's a strong pick. I also am support main, but I always ban Xerath because I just am annoyed by such long poke range. But anyways, the Taric answer into the Zillion, that means that Rude Gorilla will be ceding some of the pressure, or they will get the pressure because Venom is ceding it. They're going to have the less range in the matchup. They're going to be a little bit void of poke, but they do have good setup for ganks. So I think that makes a lot of sense with the Volibear pick.
Yeah, it does. I mean, granted, there is opportunity to get away from this. You do, once again, have that Zillion. You can get that move speed bonus. You have the Seraphine as well, which will also give you a move speed bonus. Like, there's ways to get away from these champions, but you get the E Flash. That is very difficult as the enemy of Taric to avoid. So there are definitely opportunities there. And ZMG Venom can basically just extend a team fight extremely long, and you can tell with a Jinx and a Kale, that's exactly what you want to do. The longer that fight goes, the better.
Wow, with the Kale and Taric ult, you can get like 5-6 seconds of invulnerability going on at the late stages of the game. So
Don't stack them. I will flame you if you stack them.
yeah, you gotta layer them properly so that they get the full duration. But anyways, that's gonna set them up for team fights. But they do lack a little bit of the pressure on the map in the top and bot lanes. They should have the counter pick in the mid lane. They're gonna be probably up against Seraphine if the scouting is correct. So we'll hopefully see them pick a champ that can clear fast enough to get priority in the mid lane. But the Olaf Jax is a pretty spicy top jungle duo.
Absolutely. It is just a very strong gank setup and really able to take this Kale down a peg or two. Once she gets going level 6, it'll be a bit harder, but earlier on, yeah, it is going to be hard to just stop that Kale from getting ganked. Is the Malphite going to be locked in? Seems like they might actually take this Kale into the mid lane against the Seraphine instead.
Yeah, that is what I'm seeing as well. But that means that they're kind of giving up pressure in all three lanes. I mean, maybe Malphite able to get a little bit of some advantages in the early stages by just sending out some of those cheese wheels for some poke. But I feel like that means that there's going to be a window here for Rude Gorilla in the early stages of the game where they should be able to accumulate a bit of a gold lead, maybe get the first few dragons of the game. But I feel like that's ZMG Venom calling out Rude Gorilla, saying, we don't think you can punish us for having these weaker lanes, and once we get to the late game, we are going to absolutely slam you. So I think that that's kind of the gauntlet being thrown down.
Yeah, as apparently there is an Amazon account on this server that is looking at some unrelated things. I am gonna try and get something in terms of a we were not given any icons for these teams, so I am kind of just, here we go, got the right one. We're gonna fix that. I will fix that up real quick.
I think that that's like the icons that we were using for the last time that we streamed on the Style Esports channel. I think it was Noctua and Cosmonaut, and it was like there was just like a Google search of the two names.
I have no idea what they did, but they messed us up bad.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyways, that hopefully it will be all resolved by the time that we get out onto the map. But looking at these two teams, I'm definitely feeling like there's a lot of synergy around the draft of ZMG Venom, but I feel like Rude Gorilla may be lacking a bit in the AP damage as well as the front line. So they will have to overcome that, and if they can get that gold lead that I think that they should have the opportunity to get, that might not matter. But they really will have to play the team fights expertly if they want to come out on top.
All right, there we go. We do have that updated. I'm gonna have to talk with Adam because I believe he was the last person on, and I might need to slap him around a little bit to figure out what the hell happened there. Anyway, yeah, like we said, we're looking at a composition. Both these compositions are kind of scary late game compositions in just fairly different ways, it seems like.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be hard to say exactly how a fight will play out until we get into the game. Vision, as always, will be important. Uh, as a support main, I always have a heavy emphasis on the vision setup, especially around objectives. But I feel like getting picks and getting odd number fights is going to be the way that Rude Gorillas will be able to play out the mid game, unless they're just way ahead. But they do have some good pick potential. I mean, they got the Seraphine ult. They've got if they can channel everyone into a choke point, Misfortune can do a ton of damage. Zillion has some good setup with the stun. But if they can get into an open space, ZMG Venom will be doing a lot better. Jinx, definitely one of the best champs for kiting with that extra speed once you get a reset. Kale, definitely hard to hit through when you have that divine intervention coming down. But it's going to be up to the teams who can execute better.
Absolutely. And I believe we've pretty much covered everything that we're going to get before this game starts. But we are going to take a quick break to get ready for this game. Don't go anywhere, guys. In just a couple minutes, we will be loaded into game 1 of season 12 for Style Esports. And welcome back, everybody. Teams are spread out. Line of scrimmage start. And we are going to be getting underway very shortly. Teams seem to be just feeling themselves out. This Malphite into the Jax, not going to be a fun time early on for this Malphite, but he will be succeeding, will be staying alive. And the scoreboard lied to me. It said that it was on, and it wasn't. I'm upset. I am hurt.
Understandable. I would be hurt as well, I'm sure. Definitely some trading going down, and it's gonna be a little bit too late into the stage to get right back out and get on for the immediate XP. 32 seconds, I think, to walk out. Just about 30 seconds, anyways, to walk out those side lanes. So it's
This
gonna be
is
both of these top laners staying around.
This is actually much more in favor of this Jax too, because already 2 charges out of that corrupting pot gone for this Malphite, and that is so crucial for Malphite to be able to stay in this lane.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna require an early back from Arashi-chan to be able to play this out, and no help from the jungle either. King Demon starting on the bot side, so it's gonna be a while before any help can possibly arrive. But gonna try to just stay alive. Antihon doing a great job of landing this poke and getting some good trades out. Still got that pot available as well. But we're gonna get level 2 plays bot.
Yeah, it should just be the disengage. It's Jinx Tarek. They're not looking to play the game yet. They're just hanging out. They're just vibing. I am a little concerned because one thing I saw with Arashi-chan, and I know this because I played too much Malphite to be considered a human being. Malphite, you don't want to use your Q unless both your mana flow and your combat are up. If you're using it otherwise, you're wasting mana. It's not worth it, as Arashi-chan is in a lot of trouble and I think just needs to back.
Yeah, no way that you could even fight with jungle help at this point. But now that the trading in the top lane has calmed down momentarily, I can quick go over what we're seeing in like the runes and the summoner spells. We've got Ignite from Silent, so looking to bully out this lane. Makes sense, you want to keep the Kayle down, not allow any sort of scaling going on, as much as you can avoid it anyways. And we got the exhaust on Greed and the heal on Yo Mama, so we'll be looking to see if they can go for some all-ins once they can get, especially once they're level 6, they'll be looking to fight a lot.
Tiger, I'm gonna have to ask you to turn your mic up if you can, because people are not able to hear you, unfortunately.
I'm gonna go into Discord and lower the voice filter. I think that's the only way that can happen.
I think you should have the ability to turn up your mic somehow. There should be some way.
All right, I'm gonna attempt something.
All right. Well,
tell me
in the meantime,
this is better. Is this better? Is it louder?
It's about the same.
It's about the same. All right. Well,
yeah.
Then there's nothing that can be done.
All right. Well, people are not able to hear you, so check your Windows settings possibly.
I guess that I could devour my mic.
That is a possibility.
There's a fight in the top lane.
There is a fight in the top lane. Arashi-chan having to burn that flash. Already had to burn that TP. Bot lane, however, also getting a little bit of action. Marty, I'm scared, taking that Zillion bomb and taking that poke. And that's going to be a little bit rough for the Tarek to heal back up. He's not got points in that Q just yet.
Yeah, and going to be poked out there just a little bit. And we were expecting to see this early priority from Rude Gorillas. They're doing a pretty decent job so far, but now it can get turned around on them.
Yeah. Here we go. Move speed already used. Your mom's OnlyFans getting the exhaust put down on him just for that slow. Has to burn the flash, and now Marty, I'm scared, trying to follow up. There is King Demon getting the stun down. Zark getting some damage, but it's not going to be enough to take down the Zillion. They do have to turn back around. They burn the summoners in that bot lane, but they do not get the kill.
Yeah, Rude Gorillas really benefited there from the fact that they had the good trade before the jungle help arrived. King Demon got there, but you had to see Zark and Marty, I'm scared, playing a little bit safe because they could have fallen if they had stayed around too long. Oh!
As there is the engage. Rashi-chan now actually could have get that kill. Okay. As we are actually a bit behind on the stream, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit and see if I can catch up.
All right. We'll
Oh wait, we
see.
are mega behind. What the hecky? We are like way behind.
Wait,
Is
I
yeah.
think I know what happened. You probably, when you set back the timer on...
I had it paused. I know that I had it paused.
You had it paused?
Yeah. Do not know what happened there.
All right. Well, that was my guess, so I guess that's just out.
Yeah, we are currently about
Do you
believe
know how much delay there is on the stream?
I believe we are I am currently I tried to catch back up. I believe I'm at about 7 minutes.
All right. I just went straight to 7 minutes. Hopefully, we're at least close.
Yeah, ooh. Actually, you know what? We can fix this. Hang on. I'm gonna pause. I hate to do this. I'm gonna pause the stream, or pause the game, and we can set it to 7 minutes. We can get ourselves fixed up here, guys. In just one moment, we will be right back. I apologize. Unsure what exactly happened on that end. Welcome back, everybody. I apologize on that. Thank you for your patience, as we should be matched back up as we see Antheon just hiding under the tower as Arashi-chan feeling confident after that one kill in that top lane. That is sometimes all that the Malphite needs.
Yeah, and with the level 6 available now,
Well,
going straight for the dive.
That'll do it. Tanks a lot of tower, though, and now there is the Olaf coming up around as Arashi-chan maybe having to burn something to get away here. Does not have anything to burn, and the Olaf gonna just run him down. Arashi-chan getting put in the trashy can by the Olaf. And now, yeah, I would hope that you did.
Well, now we got level 6s for this strong bot lane for Rude Gorillas, so we'll see if they can take advantage of that. We see King Demon hover in the area as well, though.
Yeah, King Demon going forward. Oh no, the Tarek goes backwards, doesn't get the stun, and that means that the flash could come away for RG Greed. Survives thanks to a bit of a misplay. Thanks to Tarek.
Well, always hard to line those up as a Tarek because you're trying to like point straight at them. You gotta put it on their head. That's the secret tech, but not gonna happen there. And that means that there will be a little bit more time for the level 6s to come through for this ZMG Venom bot lane. They're just trying to scale up. They're not too far behind right now. Doing all right so far. Actually ahead on CS in the bot lane, so good work there by Zark. And we'll see if there's going to be any fighting. All that's really gone down as far as objectives is that first Infernal Drake going over to Rude Gorillas plus the Rift Herald, so we'll see where they drop that one.
Oh, King Demon now going for a gank at the mid lane. Gonna use that charm to try and get away. RG Silent flashing now, but there is the Volibear dunk down onto Seraphine. Silent goes down, and that is a kill picked up. Now there is a good stun onto Yamama's OnlyFans. Goes into that trap and will not be able to get the ultimate down in time. RG Greed now having a 1v2, running away. Marty, I'm scared, trying to chase down. We'll get that E stun, and there is the double kill for Zark. A nice turn around on that bot side to get something going.
Yeah, not time to land the Chrono
Flash
Shift.
forward, Kasumi now going in, but now the Taric ult comes down. Zark going to stay alive for now as Kasumi's trying to keep the slows down. Zark going to flash away and will fall as now Kasumi can just run down the Taric. Has the ultimate going and just going to 1v2 into a double kill himself as Olaf cleans up.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Kasumi now 3-0-0 on the Olaf. That's a big carry potential coming out there. 2-1-0 for Zark after falling there. Is on a pretty good pace with ADCS already to the 54 of Greed. And we'll see if that can be continued on into the later stages. And Zark, of course, the player we want to see carry for ZMG Venom. So kind of gold in the right places for both teams.
Yeah, Rift Herald going to be used on that bot side to help get a little bit for Rude Gorillas. Is Kasumi just going to run forward here? TP's burning through. They're not going to be able to take the tower before the TP hits as Arashi is here. Mama's OnlyFans running away. Should still have a little bit of move speed coming up here. Waiting for that W to hit and now will be able to use it. Just needs to actually gonna flash away there and turn that around. Mama's OnlyFans barely staying alive. Still has that ulti available. Will use it and Arashi-chan gets baited. Tower will not get the kill though. And now Kasumi going in for another 1v2 scenario. Gets the 1 kill. Gonna keep trying to chase down the Taric. Hits that slow. Marty, I'm scared. He's very scared. And he will go down as RG Greed picks up the kill.
Yeah, Kasumi just pushing rewind and replaying that last event in the bot lane, getting 2 more kills for the squad. Drake coming up now, going to be first 2 going over to Rude Gorillas, so they've got the 1,000 gold advantage. They've got the first 2 Drakes. They're in a good spot now. They can just about take this bot tower as well, and they should be in a pretty firm command of the lead. Still gotta accelerate it before they get outscaled, but they're in the position that they should want to be in.
Yeah, meanwhile, we take a look around the map now as we see Seraphine actually falling a bit behind against this Kayle in terms of farm and deaths here. RG Silent, though, will be able to scale up and just be that extra enchanter that is needed for Rude Gorilla, as it's really about this Olaf for Rude Gorilla. Can run down anybody, and it is only the Taric and the Kayle that can do anything to stop it.
Yeah, and we'll see if that's going to be even enough to stop it, because in the past, not even having that Taric ult has helped. And I think that we're in a situation where, for the time being, if you are ZMG Venom, you really just need to play it safe for a little while, not allow the lead to get any further ahead, just gather some CS, and now they're getting ganked bot once again by Kasumi.
Yeah, now bot lane will come through. Bullet time is going to hit. Marty, I'm scared now, using that Taric ult, trying to buy time as that TP's coming in. Kayle is trying to help out. There is the Kayle ult for even more survivability, but now they don't have anything for the Jinx, and she's going to fall. You just turn around onto another person, and you get that one. RG Silent whiffs the Encore and will fall for it, as King Demon also gets a kill in the mid lane. A nice turn of events for ZMG.
Yeah, they're able to get one back there. A kind of a trade of cross-map plays between the junglers, and I think that going about even is the best thing you can hope for, but now
Hold up. Yeah, he's getting very low, goes down to about 70 HP, will survive though. But that does mean that the first turret goes over to Greed there. A nice amount of gold going over that way. And I'm just going to check real quick. It is actually about even between this MF and Jigs, thanks to the farm differential here. Zark has done a great job farming and had a nice couple of kills. And that is really doing a lot of work for them.
Yeah, but we can also see that they're about even on gold to the solo lanes, so they should be feeling pretty good about that. The items already coming through. Kraken Slayer, both sides should be feeling pretty strong now. I like that.
Mic, Tiger, come on.
What?
Keep on that mic.
I have to be louder? Do I have to be closer to my mic than this?
I'm gonna be real. If you listen to the stream, you'll know it is not ideal. But there is King Demon, also not in an ideal spot. Got to flash away to keep himself alive, and that does mean that Volibear not gonna have the ability to get that flash stun that is so crucial for Volibear. And now Arashi-chan also in a little bit of a bind with this health. Doesn't have a TP to save this tower either.
Yeah, and now going to be taking a few more bonks. I mean, Antion, despite being 0-2 here, is feeling pretty strong now with the Divine Sunder.
Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know what you expected, man. I don't know what you were thinking was gonna happen, but Jax, he just walks up, bing bang bongs you into the ground and picks up a kill. Finally, Jax starting to get going, but now here comes King Demon. Remember, does not have that flash, does not have the ult, and now Antion will be able to turn this around as here comes the Olaf to help out. Will just get smited to stop the chase down, but now here comes Olaf. He's not able to be disabled, and he's not able to be stopped in any way, shape, or form, as he will run down King Demon for the kill.
Yeah, Rude Gorilla is doing a really good job accelerating their advantage. Now 5-0-2 for Kasumi. I'm going to be looking to take this tier 2 top, get some more gold in the coffers. Yo Mama with the roam coming up towards the top lane.
Don't say that about my mama.
Hey, I'm just reading the cards. That's what I have to say. But anyways, the lane swapping going on here from Rude Gorillas. I really like to see the making the moves after the turret plating falls, after all the tier 1s are down. They've picked up 4 towers already, and we're only 16.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this game has been going very, very fast. Marty, I'm scared. I'm not going to be too scared with Arashi-chan coming around. Antion gonna use that Counter-Strike early, and we'll just fall here. Actually, no, not just yet. Will actually stay alive for now. Uses the E to stay alive again, as Tarek's gonna have to get his Jinx out of dodge fast as Kazumi's running down. Look at all of the invulnerability, and that will be one person going down. Kale, Kazumi waits out the Zillion ult and eventually falls. Greed gonna keep running down Demon and goes a little bit too far forward. There is no front line anymore. Antion gonna TP back into this fight now and chase down this Volibear as the fight has gone haywire, and it is overall a 2-for-2 for both teams.
Yeah, I feel like Antion came in really late there. Still was able to be helpful, but just imagine if he was there right at the beginning of that fight. Now we could get some contest over this Drake. No smites in the pit.
Oh, yeah, there's Antion picking that one up. They just don't have the damage to do it. Now Zark, he has to frontline here. He's got nothing left. Will trade his life for one, but I don't think that's what you want to see. Another E does not hit, and Arashi-chan is going to fall for it. Marty, I'm scared, the only person left at the end of it all.
Yeah, and Rude Gorillas are able to continue snowballing. They're up to 4,500. They're on Soul Point. They're in a really good spot now. Hopefully they're going to be able to continue their dominance. But for ZMG Venom, now they've tried multiple different angles for fights. They were able to get first to the punch there. They had numbers advantage for significant portions of that last fight, but they still were only able to go even. And then in the extended fight, they ended up falling 4-for-3, I think. They also lost out on the Drake, and now they don't have much more room for error. They've kind of got to find a way back in here pretty quickly, or else they could just get run straight off of the map.
It is very, very concerning here, as we are going to see a little bit of posturing here. We do see Dragon Soul going to be available in just under 4 minutes, and that is something that Venom need to be having an answer for. TP just barely going to come through. May not have won that one, as Antion going to keep chasing this one down, using that Counter-Strike and just going to kill the Kale immediately, turning onto Arashi-chan now. And that is also somebody who is not going to do any damage to this Jax right now. He is getting a little bit off the rails, and Venom need an answer for that as well. There's so many questions that they need to figure out in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're going to get split apart here, too. I don't think they'll be back in time to save this tower.
Yeah, no, one tower down. They're not going to be able to take the inhib in the process, but it does mean while the small little bit of answer is coming to that bot side, mid lane is left open, and Greed going to get that one as well. Everything in the last 3 or 4 minutes has just been coming up Root Gorilla.
Yeah, they've kind of had most of the things coming up their favor all game long. I mean, there were some small stretches in there near the beginning where it was a little bit ZMG Venom, but for the last while, I certainly agree with you. We'll have to see it now that 20 minutes has eclipsed on the map if we have any big fights trying to set up vision around the Baron. Certainly any big fights coming up will have Baron as the potential reward.
Yeah, as I apologize for the black stream for right now. We are trying to fix the lag. We'll keep you guys abreast of the situation as Baron is being cleared out.
We got to do some radio analysis.
Yeah. Radio analysis here. So right now, Kasumi chasing these chickens down, trying to fight for it. King Demon fighting back and forth. The smite will come down from Kasumi. Yoshizawa. I have not said that name in full. And now,
yeah, both teams
trying
to set up around this Baron. We've got.
Ooh, stun's gonna hit from Marty. I'm scared onto the Olaf, but they're just gonna back away. Antion, meanwhile, pushing up the spots and going on to Hellblaze. Hellblaze cannot do a damn thing. He needs to run back to the base, heal up, and he will do so. And in the meantime, they lose the inhibitor, and now the Baron is going to be started on to the other side of the map by Rude Gorilla. They have complete control. The only person in the area is Volibear. Arashi-chan just showing up right now. They have the ward over the wall. They are seeing, but there is a control ward that will stop them. They keep putting wards over just to be able to see what's happening. I know you can see what's happening now as King Demon going to go in now. Try and steal this. They go in. They steal it. They didn't have the secure for it. They backed out, and now they're going to run away. Try and keep themselves alive. Arashi-chan is going to fall in the process. Marty, I'm scared. He ran in for a reason unknown, and he's going to try and get out here as Anthion's going to run him down. King Demon in the front there trying to provide a little bit of protection as Zark going to slow it down the Jax for it and get themselves out. They steal the Baron and they keep themselves alive.
Yeah, King Demon making a huge play there. In addition to getting that Baron buff, they get the objective bounty, so that means ZMG Venom at least trying to make a push to come back, still down by major gold, but they will at least have a few minutes here to try to make some plays around the map.
Yeah, we should be A-okay now.
Well, we got the Drake coming up here. This is Soul for Rude Gorilla, so if they can take this one down before the ZMG Venom can get out on the map, then they're going to be gold. It will be even more difficult to deal with the siege.
Yeah, Antion might be in a little bit of trouble. They used the stun to get out of the Volibear stun, and now will be going away. There is the ult. They're going to just turn on to Hellblaze, try and keep themselves alive. Actually going to turn this 1-for-1, gets one kill, still running away, waiting for the cooldown on that Q. Here comes the rest of the team. They're getting the speed up from that Shurelia's and the Zillion. They're just going to turn things around. King Demon going to fall, and now that is another fall there from Marty. I'm scared. A triple kill for the Jackson, a situation he should have been dead to rights.
Antion, literal 1v9 this game. This Jax is just too strong. What are you going to do about it? He keeps counter-striking and no one can touch him. And now he is going to be in a position where with the Mountain Soul, it's that much tougher to get through that power. Going to be able to press R and then just be basically invulnerable to all damage. And so far, ever since he was 0-2-0, he has just been golden.
Kasumi says, you know what? We're done. I'm good. We win. No, he actually did crash. So they did make that clear. And hopefully that means Olaf will be walking back to base. Meanwhile, topside, they do actually get that. Or sorry, they did pause, and we did actually catch back up on that. RG Greed having to flash away, though, after taking the inhib.
Yeah, so despite this Baron steal going the way of ZMG Venom, it seems like they're still in a spot where they can barely get out of their own base. And for the time being, at least they have one inhib up, so they aren't dealing with 6 super minions going into their base. But with the Elder Drake coming up here in 4 minutes, it's so early for an Elder Drake to be spawning, but 29-minute Elder going to be on the map, and they're going to have to find a way to go deal with that, or else they're going to get the game certainly ended on them.
Yeah, this top side of the map has been carrying all of Rude Gorilla this game. So much work has been done by Antheon and Kasumi, and they need to bring it home now. They need to make sure that they can finish this game out strong, because you look on the other side, you have a 2-item Jinx now. You have a level 14 Kale with that Nashor's completed. The Malphite is going to be very, very strong into this team because there's no strong magic damage. The longer this game goes, the harder and harder I feel it's going to be. And they need to figure out an answer now, because they're going to push forward to see if maybe they can end this game soon.
Yeah, that is true. The late scaling will help.
Oh, Encore going to hit there. Jinx actually going to use the cleanse. They have to get out of the bullet time. Kale and Jinx not able to fight this just yet. They're going to go onto the other side on Antheon. Going to get the stun from the Taric, and now Kasumi, he has the ult out. He's trying to actually run away now because he can't tank the turrets. A little bit too aggressive from Gorilla, and they can't finish the game off of that.
Yeah, well, they were able to push in that last inhib at the very least, but now the key ultimates are on cooldown for the next little while, so there may be a window to push in once again towards the base. The jungle's being stolen, the resources are in advantage of Rude Gorilla for the time being, and I think that they're looking to make the big final fight either at this Baron or this Elder.
We will see. One inhibitor has respawned on the bot side, so they need to take that one back down to keep those double supers coming into the base.
Yeah. Now the team's reformulating. They might just fight over this inhib. I don't think it's a wise fight, though, for ZMG Venom. They're going to have to just give this one up, and they're going to try to clear the waves out as long as they can. I think that their ult will be coming off of cooldown in time for these big objective fights. The Elder Drake, at least. But I don't know if they can get to those
That's
fights.
a weird Encore there. Gonna hit Marty. I'm scared. That's not the person you want to hit. So that is a big engage tool down for the next minute or so. Rashidad takes some damage, but he's right by his base. Can just walk back in and heal up. These cooldowns become increasingly important as the game goes on. Not having that Encore could mean that Jinx has the ability to free hit in this game.
Yeah, there's so much posturing around these Nexus towers. It's like neither team is able to find the right engage, and they're not willing to go if they don't get the right engage. So I think that they have the right ideas there, but that means that ZMG Venom are at least able to hold the line for the time being.
Yeah, guys, did you know that Baron Nashor respawns 6 minutes after Monster Camp is killed? Your team gains a precise countdown when this Monster Camp is killed. We have the tooltip unfortunately stuck on screen now, and we will
Wow.
figure that one out. We've had a time tonight, but here comes Antheon having a time of his life, jumping onto that Volibear, keeping him out, making sure that the steal does not happen again. Marty, I'm scared, gonna fall there. Legendary on this Jax. There is King Demon going in. He's gonna go for the smite steal, does not get it, will fall in the process. That is now 2 people down for 40 seconds now, and we will see if Rude Gorilla can close this game out. Now they have the Baron minions, they have the double supers. This is going to be a hard hold.
Yeah, Rude Gorilla now with the wave in the base. They might look to end immediately.
Antheon jumping in, now has the Kale ult. They're trying to turn onto him. He does not actually have a Counter-Strike backup. Will get the Zillion ult, will stay alive. RG Silent using that Encore as Antheon will pop back up, jump back over. They take down a tower. They have the Nexus low. They're going for it, and they're gonna finish the game. Game 1 goes to Rude Gorilla.
Yeah, I think that one kill around the Nexus is the only thing that went in favor of ZMG Venom in the last 10 minutes of that game. But well played by Rude Gorilla. They were able to get that gold lead, and then once they had it, Kasumi was just running everybody down. Antheon was running everybody down. We had just 2 fed melee bruisers going straight at the back line, and there was nothing that could stop them.
Absolutely. A great game, a very back and forth game for a while, but eventually Rude Gorilla, they got that hold. They were so ready for that. They pulled themselves forward, kept pressure on, and that Jax Olaf train was not going to be stopped. We are going to take a quick break as we get ready for game number 2, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with another draft for you. Hello, welcome back, everybody. We are about to start the draft here in just a quick moment. And I am excited because last game was very, very good, very back and forth. And we'll see if things are going to change around this time, if we're going to see that Seraphine get banned, if we're going to see the Olaf possibly taken away, maybe that Jax. Who knows? But teams have swapped sides this time around, so it is going to be a little bit different. And we will get a little bit more info once teams do start the draft.
Yeah, I think that we might see some changes just based off of the fact that the teams have switched sides. The Seraphine first pick probably not going to be available here for Rude Gorilla, but it'll be interesting to see what is up and available. That Zillion definitely did a lot of work in helping revive some of the Jax and Olaf in the later stages of the game as well. So that's a ban that maybe makes those picks that seem really powerful have a little bit of a weakness that wasn't there in game one.
Yeah, well, hopefully we will see that as have given the teams the R, and we will just be waiting. I believe I'm curious to see if we're gonna see that same composition, because I was interested in the Jinx with the Kale Tarek. That was one that I kind of have not seen, but seems like it has some kind of potential, because you have so much time where you just cannot take damage, and that is really terrifying. I think the problem that Rude Gorilla seemed to run into was more about how strong that Jackson Olaf got.
Yeah, and I think that running it back is not entirely a bad idea, but I would like to see a little bit more pressure in at least one of the lanes from ZMG Venom. I called that out in the last draft. They got punished for it, and we'll see if they can switch things up this time around.
Yeah, so now we have gotten underway here. No, we have not. Oh, they lied to me. Oh, is the draft law broken?
It looks like that may be the case.
All right. Stall for me here, Tiger. I need to make a new one.
All right. Let's see. What else is interesting that's going on? I'm trying to think if there were any interesting things worth talking about from the last game, but also, there's the Star.
Tell me about your
Guardian
day if you
event
got it,
going on.
man. We'll make it work.
Yeah, I mean, anyone out there watching the LCS, did you see Hooney on the broadcast? That was pretty exciting. I always like to see former players getting in on the broadcast action. Of course, it's unfortunate when a player has to end their career because of injury problems, but definitely good to see Hooney on the broadcast, and he seems pretty happy, pretty excited about TSM. So that was pretty fun. And other than that, I mean, like, you got the Star Guardian event going on. Being a Lux fan and being an anime fan, I definitely enjoy the Star Guardians. That's one of my favorite skin lines. But it's been interesting to see how they've approached the event. I haven't tried the rotating game mode yet, the Ultimate Spellbook, so I'll have to give that a shot.
Have you never played Ultimate Spellbook?
I don't think so. How many times has it been around?
It's been around a couple of times. I'm kind of surprised. I love Ultimate Spellbook. This is at least its third time, if not fourth. I love it personally because it's so dumb.
Haven't played a lot of the rotating game mode. I didn't see that we're into the draft, so I guess that we better pull it back in, huh? Right on in. We've got the Olaf band and the Zillion band, so we're going to be seeing a little bit of different. And the Urgot insta-lock first pick top, so that's a big shift from the Mal fight.
I'm going to be real. If you're locking in something that, like, first pick here, I feel like Urgot is very strong. I don't know what the answer is to Urgot here, because every time I have played Urgot, I have dumpstered people. Every time I have played against Urgot, I have gotten dumpstered.
Yeah, I feel like the Zillion being removed really helps add to the power of Urgot as well, because you can revive someone, I think, through the Urgot. But with
Yes.
Zillion gone, then, I mean, the next thing that I would think of is like Renata. But the Thresh being locked in tells me that Rude Gorilla are going to look to go a little bit of a different way about it. They're still sticking with that Jax in the top lane, Antihan played that out extremely well last game, so we'll see if the Urgot is the answer that is needed from Arashi-chan.
We will see indeed. I am definitely hoping for the best there as the teams are going to continue on. Where did I put the draft? Did I not keep the draft open? Am I a
Looks like
ding
the
dong?
draft is still open on the
There we
stream.
go. The draft is still open on the stream. Yeah, I did. I knew I changed it. I think I closed it on my web browser is what it is. Anyway, yeah, so we got the Wukong. Wukong has been so very strong as a jungler. Did receive nerfs, but I think is still really good. Just thanks to that Cyclone, his early clear is really solid. Seraphine as well, getting picked up this time by Rude Gorilla and went really late in the draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, we saw it first picked last time around, and I was surprised that it wasn't either banned or first picked. But what was really surprising is that Rude Gorilla waited to R3 to pick it. I mean, they put so much priority on it last time, and it worked out pretty well. I mean, it wasn't like Seraphine was the highlight of the game, but definitely contributed in a meaningful way. Had some big encores going through, but gonna be seeing the ADCs picked in the second half of the draft. I feel like that's not such a common thing to see these days, but gonna see some more bans with the Jinx and Misfortune both being taken off the table.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised about that. I think the Jinx was both the 80 carries did really well last game, especially considering ZMG were in a bit of a rough spot in terms of how the game was going. I feel like the Jinx did pretty well, all things considered. The MF was also just really threatening in lane, bullied the hell out of that bot lane. I made it really difficult to do a whole lot here. As now we're also seeing the Ash Band as well. A very good combination alongside a Seraphine. Although definitely a little bit weird considering that the Seraphine is actually going to be going either in the mid or that 80 carry position. That is a Fiddlesticks. And I am excited for Fiddlesticks. I love Fiddlesticks.
Maybe we're gonna get the Star Nemesis Fiddlesticks,
Is
but
that one
the
out?
Sivir. Oh, it's not out yet. Never mind. False alarm, everyone. But the Sivir Amumu bot lane is not a false alarm. That's a pretty aggressive look from ZMG Venom. They've got
That's right.
so much
Sivir.
engage on their team. They've got Amumu, they've got Wukong, they've got Vex. They're going to be going in hot. They've got the dive comp ready to go, and we'll see if they can get into a spot where they can execute on it.
Yeah, Jin gonna be the last pick here, so Seraphine gonna be going back into that mid lane. And like you said, Amumu has been popping back up at support after a couple of buffs to his Q and helping that out. Definitely great for him. Horrible for all support players because that means they have to play Amumu. We will see it. I'm interested about the Sivir here because I actually wasn't sure if Sivir was pickable. She did get a lot of changes this patch to take her away from that lethality style and more into that 80 carry style. I think one of the biggest ones is now the Q cast time goes down with attack speed, and that makes it so much easier to actually play her as an on-hit carry.
Yeah, I think that has actually done its job well, and we're seeing shift of Sivir to being that attack speed carry, which means that Sivir is now more of a late game style champ than before. So that means that early on in lane, I still expect it to be Rude Gorilla favored. They've got the Jhin, that's definitely pretty strong. They could be at risk potential all-in with the Amumu, with Wukong especially on level 6, so they've got to watch out for ganks once again. But every time they got ganked last game, Kasumi was in the area to pick up some kills on the back end. So Kasumi has definitely done a great job of tracking King Demon so far this series. And the Fiddlesticks definitely can come in and sweep up the backside of a fight once again.
I mean, there's two ways that this can go too. Like you said, the Fiddlesticks can sweep up afterwards, or you get a Seraphine ult into a Fiddlesticks ult. That's a terrifying prospect. You've got the Jin over top that as well with the curtain call. There's a lot of great setup here. It just really kind of depends. I think the big difference here is Root Gorilla has to play a much more kind of flank style of team comp. You have to have Fiddlesticks come in from a weird angle. You want Jin to be far enough away from the fight that he can use the curtain call. You need Jax to get into that fight. And with this team that he's up against, Mumu, Urgot, Wukong, that has to be from a flank. You can't just run people down with that.
Yeah, one thing that I was really impressed with last game from Rude Gorilla is how well they played around the objectives. We saw them get that early soul. We saw them putting pressure on the map and not allowing even an approach from ZMG Venom. And if they can do that again, then that should pay off the Fiddlesticks pick really well, pay off the Seraphine pick also. And I think that they're in a position where if they can just pick up where they left off last game, Rude Gorilla should be in a good spot to win and make this series a 2-0. But ZMG Venom trying out some different stuff, shaking things up a little bit, and we'll see if the switch on some of these picks helps them get the win here in game number 2.
I mean, I would say that this composition is a much easier to execute composition than the last one we saw from ZMG. You have a Mumu ult, the Wukong ult, like it's pretty much just throw your face into them and make it work, as opposed to working with that Taric. We saw a couple of missed Taric stuns. That you have to time the Taric ult. The Kale also has to be prepared to protect the Jinx. There's a little bit more here that you can play with, and it's just very easy to just throw yourself in there. I'm curious how that's going to work out, but yeah, like you said, it's definitely a change up of composition.
Yeah, and with all that in mind, I think that if we have anything like game number 1, game 2 should be an exciting one. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these teams have in store for us.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to take another break to prep ourselves for the game, guys. Don't go anywhere. Just a couple minutes in, we'll be in for game 2. And welcome back, everybody. As I unfortunately got a little pulled away, figured things out. Everything's good to go. And we are in for game 2. I believe everything should be working here. If I am correct.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, always got some fair share of technical difficulties. That
Look,
is
it's
just
not my
the way
fault.
it
It's
goes.
not my fault. Just
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that technical difficulties always happen, and that
I just
is no different
want it
this
on the
time around.
record. I want it on the record. I'm doing my best, man.
I 100% support you in doing your best, but we got some champions on the screen. It's
Nice.
ZMG Venom on the blue side. On the red side, we have got Rude Gorilla. So I think that the things that are worth noting is that we've got the lethal tempo on the Sivir, which confirms that it is the on-hit variety Sivir. And other than that, I think that just the Ignite on Hellblaze kind of maybe tried to bite back a little bit after last game. Silent took the Ignite and kind of had the pressure all of the lane phase. Got the cleanse here for Zark, so Zark's going to be uber spell proof. But I think that the CC chain could be even long enough to get through that if the full combo goes onto him.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough here. There's a lot of crowd control to be set up. And yeah, we do have everything going on. Antion gonna be actually burning that Counter-Strike early. Should see a little bit more pressure here from the Urgot. As RG Silent also another rough lane matchup. I was gonna say, if you're going lethality Sivir after the changes, you're trolling. It's not good. They specifically made it not good. Stop trying to make it a thing.
Well, it was always fun when it was a thing, so I can't blame people, but we
It's
got the
not
level 2
fun.
fight.
Level 2 fight, yeah, coming in. Marty, I'm scared. Taking a lot of damage. Ignite gonna burn. Fourth shot not able to go. And that is a very unfortunate trade because that means Amumu is not going to be doing much of anything until that health regens back up.
Yeah, I got a couple of pots, so maybe going to be able to get some of that health back. But I wanted to say on that trade in the top lane that happened right at the beginning that it was a really cool interaction to see Arasi
Oh,
Chen.
no,
Well, we
Marty,
got to
I'm
fight.
scared. Is going to have to flash away. Will actually be able to stay alive. Doesn't get hit by the Jin W and Zark. Using that spell shield. Well, remember, that does not give mana anymore. That actually heals, if I remember correctly. I did not fully pay attention to the Sivir changes. I'm going to be real.
I'm going to go read that spell right now. Restores
Yeah,
47 health and triggers
restores
food
health.
input. All
Yep,
right.
triggers the passive. The move speed is severely nerfed on the ultimate. I will be... Yep, there you go. There's the heal. Move speed on the ult, very nerfed, but the W is the big difference maker here this time, as it is a very, very good ability now and does have the bonus from the ultimate. The bonus that used to be on the ultimate, the attack speed, is now on that W flat. So that is a very nice change. Pantheon keeping a nice amount of pressure. Kasumi up here. Seems like they really want to keep this Jax train going.
Yeah, it looks like Antion has walked right out of lane while the lane gank was being set up. I don't know how much longer Kasumi can stay in the area. The 6 camps are all cleared, so not much else on the map to be doing right now. But with that Drake spawning up here in 40 seconds, that could be the next point of pressure on the map. First Drakes have a varying amount of pressure on them, though.
Yeah, here we go, though, again now, as that is not going to be spell shielded, and Marty, I'm scared, still getting run down. They're not focusing correctly. RG agreed. I don't know why you went back in on that, Marty. You need to be scared. You need to keep running, or you're going to fall down for first blood, given over to that Thresh, actually, instead of the Jhin. Oh, flash engage here. Ignite actually used as well. Hellblaze gonna get RG silent low, but should survive. Not enough damage just yet to kill that Seraphine.
Yeah, Hellblaze getting a pretty strong trade down there, looking to push out the wave and get in the room for King Demon to start up this Drake potentially. I don't think that they're going for it just yet, so maybe trying to get a little bit of extra vision, comfort around it, the scuttle crab being taken out. We'll see if that's going to be enough. But I feel like it's been a bit of a slow early game, but once the level 6s come through, then we're going to have some real action on the map, especially when King Demon and Kasumi can get to level 6. They will have a lot more gank potential, and they'll be able to go look for some kills.
Absolutely. I want to take a quick peek around at the current state of the game. Is looking at Kasumi showing up on this gank, actually. So we will come back on that. Predators pop to get in there. They're going to use the fear. Antheon taking a lot of damage, but there is no level 6 on the Urgot, so he cannot execute, which means that there is enough for Jax to win that fight. Antheon 1-0 once again on the Jax.
Yeah, well, last time he wasn't 1-0. He started off a little bit rough, but this time getting the first kill going to be an even better spot than last time around. So we'll see if that trend continues. Antheon has been one of the strongest players so far this series, and this game starting it off the right way.
Yes, still waiting here for the Wukong ganks. He is not the greatest ganking. Early game does require that level 6. Here comes the actual encore. Hellblaze taking a lot of damage now. Silent on the aggression now. And we'll pull out a nice win in the trade, but overall no win in terms of gold value. But that will force Hellblaze to back. Silent will have control of the lane. Actually, Hellblaze's going to stick around. A little bit risky here.
Still got that Shadow Surge available, so once the Fear comes back up, there's some serious all-in potential. Silent could look to try to lock down the kill before then. Here it comes.
Oh, no. Misses the ultimate, but here comes Silent, actually. Oh! Arashi-chan shows up on the side and picks up the kill. Really nice coordination from the mid and top to make sure they can pull that one off.
Yeah, no Star Nemesis Fiddlesticks in the game, but we do have a Star Guardian. It's Pajama Guardian Urgot, baby.
He's not a
Put
Star
him in the
Guardian. He, like, canonically, he's literally just an obsessed fan.
Hey, man, whatever it's got to take to have Star Guardian Urgot, I'm down with it. But we got this first Drake being started up here by King Demon, and we got another fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Urgot not able to do a whole lot against Jax there, and Antheon will have the Q, gets the flash from Arashi-chan, and will force the back here. Total control of this top side from the Jax. Well, Wukong trying to get the dragon now. Fiddlesticks is in range for this fight, and Marty correctly flashing over that wall, making sure that they do get away. So while they burn the flash, they do get the dragon here.
Yeah, but Silence here.
A little confused as why we're going that way, but King Demon makes it not work because he does fall to something. Not sure actually what got the kill.
Buff, maybe.
Oh, was it? Oh, no, because I think she just got it from the kill, no? Yeah, she just got it from the kill. So I don't know what it was that got the kill there.
All right, well, we'll have to see if we can go find the...
I'm wondering. I just brain blast moment. Was it Scorch triggering and Airy just coming off cooldown to follow up on the Scorch? That is why it might have been delayed there. There is an engage on bot side, level 6 onto the Thresh, an easy grab there. Marty, I'm scared. Not having a great game this time around.
Yeah, sad mummy noises going on right now. Not able to find the good early game they were looking for. Still some pretty good CSing going on by Zark, but the invades coming out from Kasumi could be...
Antheon, oh, this is such a good setup. A nice turnaround there. Double Cyclone. Antheon has to use that Q to jump over the wall, but that will be the death of the Fiddlesticks as he does not have the same luxury. A nice combo there, and that's exactly what this composition is capable of doing. Imagine that with an Amumu ult.
Yeah, and the first 2 kills of the game on the side of ZMG Venom going both over to Arashi-chan, so that could be the setup for some carry action on this Urgot.
Yeah, Urgot hopefully gonna make things work here, but remember, it is still gonna be difficult to go into that Jax. The counter strike is such a strong counter to the Urgot.
Yeah, that's true. I think that at level 1 we saw a nice buffering of the disdain to try to combat that. But I feel like as we get later on into the game, Jax just becomes too strong, and once he gets on the backside of you, he can just auto you to death. So could be difficult for Arashi-chan to deal with. Getting proxied right now, that can't feel good. Not going to have the jungle help to deal with it, though. And with the bottom side of the map going a little bit quiet for the time being after the...
Oh, this is a very hard engage here. Antheon gonna follow up there. Flash used by Yoshizawa. And that will pick that one up. That's that. I feel bad for Vex there. Because, like, what do you do in that situation? You're just walking.
Well, Vex is definitely good at going in, but she's not such a strong champion of getting back out. So, unfortunate situation there. A nice invade coming out, though. And Antion, 2-0-0, definitely not wanting to fall behind Arashi-chan's pace.
Yeah, definitely trying to keep himself up. And, I mean, right now, Jack's very close to that Blade of the Ruin King, looking to get very strong here. We're still waiting for the, oh my goodness, why am I blanking on the name? The Titanic Hydra for the Urgot. Those are two champions, don't rush Mythics, and get incredibly busted after one item.
Yeah, easy to see why they don't rush Mythics when you can see such strong power spikes. But both of them amongst the strongest in terms of gold on the map. I mean, the only player that's close is Greed and Kasumi. So right now, a slight gold advantage, about 1.5k in favor of Rude Gorilla. But they're definitely not so far ahead that they can start the snowball just yet. They need a few more plays to make it happen.
Yeah, we still have not. We've seen one good ultimate from the Fiddlesticks so far, and it has not been on anything major. It has just been that kill onto the Vex, which required a flash at the same time. This is just a... I want to see more from this Fiddlesticks. I want to see the team fights, because these team fights, these compositions have some really intriguing opportunities in terms of what they can do for team fighting.
Yeah, especially with these top laners playing these carry champs. Love to see a flank.
Oh, engage. Hellblaze going in. Silent getting ignited there and will be falling. Flashing over it. You didn't even need to do that. The dude is just flexing.
Absolutely, but a great outplay there with the Shadow Surge. And now the Rift Herald coming down as the answer to try to set up for this second Drake. And ZMG Venom definitely playing stronger in the early game here. Going to be looking to pick up this second Drake of the game. And they're flipping the script. Last time around, the first two Drakes went over to Rude Gorilla. But this time around, the Drake stacking in favor of ZMG Venom. So we'll see if they can get the soul as quickly as did Rude Gorilla.
Oh, well, Antheon maybe trying to get away quickly, but will just fall in the process. And that is exactly, I think, what we expected here. One item, Jax, ready to go in on the Urgot.
Yeah, you talked about that power spike, and case in point, we've got a dead Urgot on the Rift. So that now with that available, we'll likely see a play for the first turret going on pretty soon, but the 2v2 is started up.
Here it goes. Yeah, Marty, I'm scared to take a lot of damage. Still has the ultimate available. We're waiting for it. There it is. Much damage going on to Greed, and they're able to turn that one down. Mama's OnlyFans is the only one left alive, and he will fall quickly. Meanwhile, we do see an engage onto that top side, trying to get the Urgot ult onto Antheon for the kill. Will not get it, and a double kill across the map. Just two fights going on. And now Antheon gonna go forward. Arashi-chan trying to dash out of the way and will survive. So they do win hard on the top side, but on the bot there, we do see Rude Gorilla's fall.
Yeah, What was striking to me there was that Zark has a pretty big experience advantage. We saw level 9s to level 8 and 7 in that fight, so Zark able to come out on top. A great ult, the Curse of the Sad Mummy, locking them both down. Marty, I'm scared. Getting some revenge after getting picked on a little bit in the early game.
Yeah, so now we do see a little bit of a lull. Already seen 2 dragons picked up by ZMG here. A nice start. They did not have that last time around, remember. It was entirely Rude Gorillas, and that was probably what got them such a strong lead later on in that game. When they had that soul, it was so difficult for them to be stopped. This time around, ZMG in the driver's seat for that, and they have a win condition. This Sivir is online. She's gonna start doing some damage, and she can boost the rest of the team in there to get that crowd control wombo combo down.
Yeah, going for the Gale Force, so definitely not the highest DPS build, but it gets a little bit more of that access for all in.
Part of that is just get away from the Jax. Gonna be real.
So gotta be able to avoid getting locked down super hard. Got the ult to help as well, but now the Jax might be in a bit too deep. Antion gonna have to find a way out. Well,
he's Jax.
That looked a lot easier than I expected.
Yeah, no, it's Jax. Jax is never in a bad spot. He could just hop over walls. As long as he keeps that yellow trinket, he will be able to get away. It's like Lee Sin. You don't get rid of the yellow trinket.
That is true. Gonna be able to hop over that wall, and now starting up this second Rift Herald could be used to break open the first tower, but could be traded bot. It looks like it's going to be the first tower in the bot lane going over to ZMG Venom. Zark definitely one of the strongest members on the map now, going to be up about 1,200 over Greed, and other than the top laners, that's the spot to look at.
Yeah, a nice pick here onto your mama's OnlyFans. Gonna use that blast cone and stay alive. The Gale Force trying to get the kill, won't hit it with the boomerang blade, and now the curtain call has opened. Hellblade's now looking for the fear, as now they're actually going to hit that Q onto RG Silent. Going to use the Encore, spell shielded from Zark, does not have the mana to continue that fight. Here comes Fiddlesticks, and he's going to put down damage. Everybody's so low, but Kazumi is just going to get one in the process. Marty able to turn that one back around. And it is a 1-for-1 after all is said and done.
Yeah, a pretty great flank by Kasumi. They dropped the health bar super low, but unfortunately the curtain call had already been dropped, so couldn't find that one. Now Antion looking for the play.
The turnaround, though, here comes the Wukong, and Jax might be able to beat the Urgot alone, but if you bring in a jungler, things change a little bit. A nice grab there for themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like I need to highlight while I get an opportunity that this is a very different Seraphine than last game. Silent. Last game went for the Moonstone Renewer. This time around, though, it's the damage Seraphine. Got that Leandries. Double Leandries on the squad, so got a lot of ways to apply that. But they're going to have many opportunities to do so here as this third Drake spawning. Infernal is the Rift, so it's going to have to be contested here, I think, as there's 5 members of both teams. This one going to get started up, but immediately backed off.
Yeah, this is kind of crucial here, as you really want to see ZMG get this, but now they've been struggling in these team fights. There's the fear, and now it is just Marty I'm scared going in. Nobody else to help, and that charm is going to hit. Hellblade's now going in alone. They're going one at a time. They can't do that there, and you're going to see the price paid. Arashi Chan got a flash away, gets hit by the hook. Your Mama's OnlyFans confirming another kill. Unfortunate there, a 2-for-0 at the Dragon. Actually, wait, they stole that. Hold up. I'm blind.
Yeah, Demon got it. Yeah, but I think that overall that's probably about an equal trade. Getting that pressure of the soul coming up in 5 minutes is going to feel really nice for ZMG Venom, but that's just about all they've got for going for them right now. They've got to deal with the fact that they're up against a 2,000 gold lead. It's not an absolutely huge gold lead, but when you consider that Antion is 7-1 on the Jax, and they saw last game what Antion can do on this Jax, absolutely rip them to shreds, and they're gonna have to figure out a way to deal with it now. That's where it becomes all the more difficult. And if they can get one of these next couple Drakes coming up, then they're going to be feeling a lot better about themselves. And their team fight's really strong. But right now, they had that same situation happen last game, and they weren't able to convert on it. So this time around, they're going to have to switch some things up to make sure that they can get to their win conditions.
Yeah, we do see now that the objectives starting to become a problem for ZMG here to try and confirm another miss on the Vex ultimate. Here comes the curtain call opening up. Marty, I'm scared, hitting onto one. That is a Mumu ult on two going down. And your mama's OnlyFans left alone. When this composition doesn't work, it does not work. You can't go in one at a time like this. The absolute control of team fight power is in the hands of ZMG.
No Jax, no fight. We see Antion pushing in the bot lane. You can't fight without your Jax. How are you going to go for that? And it's 3-0 plus the Baron going in favor of ZMG Venom. Now, a couple turrets taken in the bot lane. Antion feels none the worse for it, but the gold lead is gone.
Absolutely. Now is Urgot going to take this top tower. This is starting to get concerning here. Rude Gorilla had a nice start to this game here, but it's kind of started to fall apart here. This is looking strikingly similar to the position that ZMG were in last game. And I'm a little concerned at what the future might hold.
Yeah, Zark in a really strong spot, continuing to CS extremely well. 3-0-3 on the Sivir. Got that Phantom Dancer completed. Going to be pretty difficult to bring down with all of that mobility available. And I think that's kind of got to be the target here. I mean, there's the rest of the squad's pretty much a lot of engage, but not a lot of DPS. Arashi-chan can do some work with the shotgun knees, but most of the DPS here coming down from Zark. So if Rude Gorilla can lock Zark down, then that can lead to some teamfight victories, but that's easier said than done.
Absolutely. Here we're seeing mythics start to be completed here. The Jax, 3 items completed right now, 7-1. I feel like if there is a win condition here, it is all in the hands of Antion once again. Able to make that split push. This time not able to converge with anybody like last time. No Olaf to be found. Anthion's going to have to do this one solo.
Yeah, 1 minute left on Soul. That tower in the mid lane's got to fall. It's got like a sliver of HP after the last time.
Ooh,
now maybe
Vex is doing damage.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage with that Luden's Tempest. Now Antion moving towards the top lane, so maybe gonna just look for the TP flank, but you gotta have a pretty deep ward to make that work. They've got one in the pit here, and looks like all the resets coming through. Still 30 seconds on Drake, so we'll see how far Antion can push. Maybe looking to just crack the base while the rest of the team tries to hold 5v4 here. But we'll see what happens. Antion has all the power, so I definitely once again think that fighting without him is going to be a problem.
Yeah, so now we're seeing it is coming in now. Zark in trouble, gonna get hit by the ult, uses the cleanse immediately and tries to use the spell shield here. Kazumi getting a lot of damage onto that 80 carry, but now Kazumi left alone. There's still no Jax here. Curtain Call gonna open up, try and get something done here. Jax going in, Encore will hit, give a little bit more time as Amumu falls. Hellblaze going into that backline, trying to get onto the Jhin, but will have to back away. Again, the team fight just is not there. They got the flanks down, and now Antion starting to pop off. Finally a one fight, it seems. King Demon, though, still over this wall, can still try and get this steal. This would be Soul.
Putting on the bandit mask. He's got the vision in the pit. You got to drag it out. Drag it out,
Oh,
Rude
they're
Gorilla. There you
trying. They're
go.
trying so desperately. They're
Oh,
just
King
not
Demon
trying
is
to finish
here.
it. He's gonna
He's
just
trying
try
to
to
burst
finish it.
it.
He's going for it.
Oh
He
my
actually
gosh!
gonna take it. Why would you start it when you don't have your smite? That is so bad. The Infernal Dragon goes over to ZMG Venom.
Wow, King Demon with a huge play there to get the soul for the squad. Gonna be able to do so much more damage with that in tow. Still going to be difficult to burst through Antion's Jax. We saw in that fight when Antion arrived, that's when everything turned. Rude Gorillas was able to come out on top of the fight, but they gave over the dragon, and now they've got to deal with the Infernal Soul. So it's a little bit back to even pretty much, but once again, it's just going to be difficult to fight if you're Rude Gorillas until Antion shows up, and once he's there, they have the potential to win.
Yeah, so unfortunate there as Rude Gorilla seems like without that jungle pressure are in a little bit of a bind here. Sonya's is completed by the Fiddlesticks, and the Rylai's finished by the Seraphine. For those who aren't fully aware, remember that does apply before the E checks for the slow, meaning that it will root. One single E will root every time now.
Yeah, and the double E is gonna stun. I think that with the fact that it's just one member on Rude Gorilla that's so strong, that ZMG should be looking to split if they can. If they can get like 2 points of pressure on the map, then they can just try to convert on the one that doesn't have the Jax in it.
See, I disagree entirely. They're strong as a team. They need to fight as a team.
All right.
Maybe I'm wrong, but like to me, if you split push against the Jax that is fed, you're gonna lose the split push every time.
I feel like it shouldn't be a 4-1. It should be like a 2-3. If you could set up just like Urgot plus Vex, and then the other 3 being Sivir, Amumu, Wukong, then you should be able to win one of those areas. If you've got a 2v1 on the Jax with Vex, Urgot, if they can't win
2v1s. I'm gonna be real. I think this man 2v1s anybody.
Well, if that's the case, then they're going to have to find a pick to make their plays work out, I think. But that's what they're looking for here. They're setting up outside of vision. They're trying to sweep the river and make sure that they have access to that Baron pit. But the lines are being drawn. It's hard to walk past the edges of that river. You can go into it, but we've got the Elder Drake coming up in 3 minutes. Once again, a relatively early Elder Drake, and we'll see which side's going to be able to get priority over that. It feels like that's going to be the Drake that determines who comes out on top.
Absolutely. The team fight prowess is there. You got the Amumu ult, you've got the Sivir, you've got the Wukong Cyclone. Everything is there. It's just making sure that you are playing this smart, making sure your sides are warded and that Fiddlesticks will not show up out of blue. It is so crucial now for ZMG to take this slowly but surely.
Yeah, and we see the waves getting pushed out and then resets coming through. It seems like both of these teams are being very careful right now not to get caught outside their base. So I think that playing it carefully makes a lot of sense. You don't really want to be the one who gives over the kill that loses the game, but at the same time that means that we're getting a little bit of slow play until this Elder spawns. And no one's really putting enough pressure around the Baron. As I say that, we're seeing ZMG start to move towards it, but they haven't looked to start it up until this moment. So we'll see if the side of Rude Gorillas can get in for the fight.
Yeah, Barrett's going to be started up, and Jax is going to have to TP into this. It's already going low. They're opening the curtain call. They're going to try and check, but it's already gone. They've got to disengage it. They get nothing. They lose. Good day, sir. And now they just need to go back to their base and keep their Nexus towers and their inhibitor towers healthy.
Well, Looks like Antion's going to be able to burn one, but can he get out alive?
I mean, he's Jax. I think he's fine. He
Oh,
will be
well,
chased a little bit. Goes down to about a quarter HP. Here comes the Fiddlesticks ult! That's exactly what they needed, but the Fiddlesticks doesn't get the Zonias down, so will fall immediately. There's a nice Encore. Antion going back onto that team, and he is burning through everybody. They can't team fight. They didn't get the people they needed. Sivir falls immediately, and now Hellblaze is the only one left alive. This could actually end the game here as Hellblaze falls. It is all up to a lone scared Amumu to save this game. What in the world just happened?
Jax is the team fight. You don't have a better team fight from the enemy team when they can 1v5. Antion absolutely putting the series on his back. 12-1-2 on the Jax. They've got the wave. They're up against one Baroned up little Amumu. I think that they're going to back it off and just call to go to Elder Drake. But what a huge team fight victory going in favor of Rude Gorilla.
I didn't know if they'd actually be able to win that when the Fiddlesticks got no Zonias off. That absolutely scared the hell out of me, but they made it work. Antion just doing so much damage. I need to check damage charts. Arashi just TP'd in behind and just stole the Thresh. He just said, "That's mine. Give me my money, sir."
Even do it again.
It's just going to be the smite steal. No, will not get it. Fiddlesticks' smite is true, and they're going to go on to Arashi. Chad will fall, and that will be the Amumu going down as well. They do lose Yomamas, but that is it. They can't get the Elder Dragon away, and that is Rude Gorilla coming out ahead on that trade.
Yeah, Kasumi finds the smite when it counts. Great job there of avoiding death and getting into the pit, finishing the job. King Demon has been on point today, but not able to take that one away. And now they have to deal with Elder Drake Jax, the raid boss himself in the top lane, taking out another inhib tower. And we'll see how much longer that the base can stand.
That is just so... this game feels like it just came out of nowhere, and suddenly it is Rude Gorillas again. They're gonna go on to onto Hellfire or Hellblaze. Good lord, Antion just massive right now.
Yeah, Antion gonna be looking for more here shortly. We're gonna see the dive.
Yeah, there it is. Elder Dragon is too good, and that's gonna be the burn down. Arashi falling. King Demon having to use that clone to get away. So that is a lot of ultimates down. They only have the Jax and the Thresh ultimate available for this final push. They may just turn onto another inhibitor here while they wait for the next wave.
Yeah, but once that wave gets here, it feels like that's going to be curtains for this one. It's going to be a 5v3. The dive is ready to go. We'll see if they have enough damage on the towers. Here we go.
Yeah, they are going to dive in. Antion is going to go down into that backline and take out the Sivir. Going to go down. That is an easy wipe. Rude Gorillas, once again, just when all the cards are down, Antion shows up huge and pulls out another win out of his magic just hat of tricks. Crazy stuff.
That was a great turn to make that family friendly. But I feel like we got to see in the future, anyone who's watching, who's playing against Rude Gorilla, ban this man's Jax. It's too good.
It is terrifying, as that is going to be just wow. Don't let this man play Jax. I am amazed. I also do want to give a lot of credit to Kasumi, who getting that big Fiddlesticks ult off that helped them get the Elder Dragon. That was the momentum that they needed to confirm a win for themselves. And man, that has to feel so bad too if you are a fan of ZMG, because they had that game going well for them. They had the Urgot finally starting to do some damage. They had Sivir doing well in the bot lane. They just could not make the team fights work.
Yeah, King Demon good with the smite today, but it wasn't enough. And Zark definitely played pretty well there on the Sivir. Farmed it up, almost had the Flame Horizon, not quite. Antion did get a Flame Horizon, so good work there. But I think that some good things that we saw from ZMG Venom, but ultimately today it was the Antion show, and Rude Gorilla well-deserved 2-0 victory.
Absolutely. That will be it for us tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to keep your eyes on the channel for when we go live next time. Have a wonderful night.